such a great example. And it makes me wonder, and I know how I would answer this question, but I love to hear how different people actually embody this practice. And so, when we are, or when you're in interaction with a particular student, um, and maybe this will translate and relate also with parents and their kids when there's conflict there. How do you stay embodied? What do you do, and what does that feel like? And what's that experience like for you when you're in that type of maybe it's difficult interaction or just an ongoing difficult relationship with a teen or a child that you're working with?
Yeah. Well, I think that's where paying attention to what's happening in our bodies is so important because, we can feel when our stomach twists up. We can feel, when our feet aren't as grounded, right? Aren't as rooted. And one of the huge benefits I've found from mindfulness practice is having the awareness to pause and recognize what's happening in my body. And that helps me, engage in self-regulation, which is an incredibly important skill for life effectiveness, right? Being able to self-manage. Another thing I often like to use is think about what you want to create before you speak, which is super important when trying to build strong relationships or when you're in a challenging relationship, doing our best to really put ourselves in the other person's position. So oftentimes before parent-teacher conferences, I would actually do a meditation practice where I would visualize myself as the parent or as the child. And we'd actually start the meeting by, with some parents who are open to it, with breathing and sort of kind of coming into it as like, okay, we're a team here. We're a team here to support your child. Another practice that I love to do with young people as well is one called beginning anew. And so that happens whenever we feel like either one of us has been unskillful, but it rests on this idea that inside we all have helpful seeds and unhelpful seeds, right? We have those strong emotions that are really challenging sometimes, and we have those wonderful, wonderful emotions. And these seeds grow, right, and bear fruit depending on how much we water them. I mean, this is all about, right, tending the garden inside of ourselves. And so we can make a commitment with the students we're working with, or with our partners, or with adults we're working with, to water the helpful seeds in each other and water the helpful seeds in ourselves. And so I'd always tell my students, like, hey, I was unskillful, I'm not watering a helpful seed in you, nor am I watering a helpful seed in myself. So let's look at that and let's see how we can transform the situation. And my husband and I also try to do the same in our relationship. So those are just kind of some of my tips around building stronger relationships with others.